Hey, this is Red. In the last video, we roasted you for quitting. We talked about the graveyard of hobbies and how to build the grit muscle. But looking at the comments, some of you have a different problem. You aren't quitting because you're lazy, you're quitting because you want to do everything. You look at your life and see 12 different paths. You want to be a coder and a chef and a filmmaker and a philosopher, and choosing one feels like cutting off a limb. This is the classic scanner's dilemma, or as I like to call it, analysis paralysis on steroids. Society calls you a dilettante. They throw that famous insult at you, jack of all trades, master of none. But did you know that is only half the quote? The full American phrase is, a jack of all trades is a master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one. Today, we are going to prove why that second half is your superpower. First, let's look at why you feel like a failure. You are running 2026 software on 1950s hardware. For the last century, the world loved the specialist. Life was like a game of golf. Golf is a kind environment. The hole is always in the same place, the rules never change. If you practice one swing for 10,000 hours, you win. That is the I-shaped person, one deep pillar of skills, the corporate drone dream. But we don't live in a golf world anymore. We live in a wicked environment. Think of a firefighter. A firefighter never sees the same fire twice. The rules change every second. If a firefighter only knows how to open one specific door, they die. In a wicked world, the hyper-specialist has blind spots, but you see the whole board. To fix your anxiety, stop looking at job titles and start looking at geometry. The I-shape, the specialist, deep but narrow, safe but boring. The dash shape, the party trick guy, knows a little bit about everything but can't actually do anything. Don't be this guy. But there is a third shape, the M-shaped person, the polymath. This is the unicorn. Think of it like this. Leg 1 is data science. You go deep. That pays the rent. Leg 2 is storytelling. You go deep there too. And the bridge between them is your interest in history and design. Suddenly, you aren't just a distracted coder, you are the only person in the room who can take complex data and turn it into a story that a CEO actually understands. That combination is rare, and in the US economy, rare equals expensive. We call this far transfer. A specialist uses near transfer. They solve the same problem over and over. A polymath uses far transfer. It's like Steve Jobs. He took a calligraphy class in college. Totally useless for a tech guy, right? Wrong. 10 years later, he put that useless art into the Macintosh. That is why Apple fonts look beautiful and Windows looked like trash. He connected the dots. All those random hobbies you have, they're not distractions, they're your library of metaphors. A musician who learns to code writes cleaner software because they understand rhythm and harmony. So, how do we build this without going broke? Rule number 1, you cannot ride 2 horses with one ass. You cannot build all the pillars at once. That just makes you a dash. You need serial mastery. Pick one pillar, commit to a season, maybe 6 months. The secret is to lower the stakes. You aren't choosing a career for life, you're choosing a career for right now. Pick the one that creates stability, the cash cow. Build it until you hit the 80% mark. You don't need to be the best in the world, you just need to be fluent. Once you hit that mark, you graduate. This isn't quitting, this is strategic pivoting. Rule number 2, don't kill your passion with pressure. If you love painting, do not try to make money from it immediately. Use the Einstein protocol. Einstein wasn't a professor when he discovered relativity, he was a patent clerk. It was a boring, low-stress job. It paid the bills, but it didn't drain his soul. It left him with mental surplus to think about the universe at night. Your day job is not a cage, it is your angel investor. It funds your curiosity. A high-stress job plus a side hustle equals burnout. A stable job plus a passion project equals mastery. Rule number 3, your brain is a factory, not a warehouse. A scanner's brain moves too fast. If you try to remember every idea, you will crash. You need an external hard drive. Nicholas Luhmann wrote 70 books. How? He didn't write books, he wrote index cards. He captured one idea at a time and linked them together. Use Notion, use Obsidian, use a napkin. I don't care, but when you get obsessed with medieval swords for a week, write it down. 3 years from now, when you're designing a video game, you'll find that note and boom, magic. Capture the dots so you can connect them later. So, let's wrap this up. You aren't broken, you're a polymath in training. Your brain isn't designed for the assembly line, it's designed to build bridges. It won't be easy. The path isn't a straight line, but you were never meant to be just one thing. And if you're sitting there thinking, Red, I don't have too many interests, I just quit when it gets hard, then you need to go watch the previous video. Click right here. Red says thanks, subscribe. It keeps the system running.